There's a first of its kind exhibit on display right now at the Brigham City Museum of Art and History.
It is an exhibit featuring the Japanese American pioneers of Box Elder County. Jamie McGriff went to visit and shares what's there.
There's a lot to take in and learn, and all of it came right on time as we close out Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
This mural here is of the Hinojo and Nofu Sato Farm.
This panorama of Japanese farming history is the ultimate show and tell for Gerald Nasogi.
This year is my Aunt Mio, my grandpa Hinojo. There's my Aunt Suze Nagata.
Nasogi was born in Brigham City and raised in West Brigham. You can tell he put in many hours researching his family's history.
How many photos have you collected?
Myself, I probably got 2,000 to 3,000 pictures, but for the project, breaking things down, I submitted 450 photos in my package.
Nasogi partnered with the Brigham City Museum of Art and History to explore, collect, and showcase his family's legacy as Japanese Americans of Box Elder County.
Gerald Nasogi lent us this image, this panorama image of the family farm in Corrine in 1920. And we were able to get it professionally scanned, and then our preparator Clint broke it down into panels and measured it out and printed it and put it up.
Alana Blumenthal, the museum's director, says this exhibit is a first of its kind for the area.
Our exhibit ends up covering several sub-themes. So we have the early pioneers and farming, going back all the way to about 1905.
There's many more stories from other Japanese families who contributed pictures, artifacts, and clothing for this exhibit.
We have a large section about civic responsibility, World War II, incarceration, military service.
Is there a particular era that sticks out to you that's your favorite?
Oh, favorite era. As a historian, I think I always kind of lean towards the earlier the better. So I'm fascinated by some of the stories of families who came here in the early 1900s, but there's such a depth and complexity to the World War II era, of course, in the Japanese American story.
It's a complexity of history that Gerald and other Japanese descendants with Utah ties are familiar with.
Everybody didn't come to Utah like saying, we invited you here. During the war, they were put in camps, incarceration camps. And so we have a few relatives that went through that, and that's how they come here.
We'll share more of Gerald Nasogi's family history, which parallels other families who came to Utah. And just a reminder, this exhibit runs until June 21st. Jamie McGriff, KUTV 2 News.